Alright, my peoples, what's up? Welcome back to PSO2 NGS. This is a video that's basically going to be giving you some tips on how to deal with this Solz Krypt guy, because I see a lot of you guys dying and timing over, and these are some things that could be easily avoided. Wow, that vehicle device is kind of annoying. Wow. Alright, so yeah, let me back away from that. Alright, so I'm just gonna go over like some of the basic stuff about this quest, like just some of the simple stuff that you guys are not doing that can make this quest go by a whole lot smoother and a whole lot faster. Alright, so let's start off with number one. Eating some dang food, right? I'm sure you already noticed, but you'd be surprised how many people don't do this. I tune into some streams and they don't have the little food icon in the bottom left corner over their vital gauge. Alright, so you eat some food. For this quest, like usually when I eat, I usually just eat all crisp meat and then whatever the heck else, it doesn't matter. But for this quest specifically, because this guy hits so hard, what I do is I only go for 4 crisp meat instead of 5. Wait, I still get it if I go 4? I still max out? Oh, you lose a little bit. Yeah, so I go 4 for this one. I go 4, and then I go to a vegetable, and I go 3. I mean, a seafood, I go 3, and then I go to a vegetable, and I go 3. Alright? Because the 2 classes I play, Ranger and Waker, they're not going to be consuming enough PP for me to be wanting to use, like, fruits. Alright? So, give up a little bit of that extra potency for some more survivability, because this guy actually hits hard. Alright? So, bam, do that. The next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure you get your alliance buff. This is another thing that I see people not doing, right? So we're going to go down here. We're going to go to creator space. And usually what I do, I go to recently updated alliance spaces, right? And I look for Afterlife Island, because this one usually stays at the top, all right? So shout out to them. I think this is Skulls Nightshade, the official content creator Skulls. I think this is her alliance. So I always go here. Because you don't have to use your alliance buff. You can use any alliance mag to get the buff, right? I also like this one because it's Sonic the Hedgehog theme, and I really like Sonic the Hedgehog. Alright, so Afterlife Island, we run over here. This mag is like always full, right? Bam, it's full, so we're going to go receive alliance mag boost. We're going to grab these up, and we're going to hit OK. Bam. Alright, now we're going to head out. The next thing that we want to do is we want to get the region mag buff, okay? Because we want to increase our rare drop rate in this fight as well as our potency, okay? Here goes Omega. Let me wave high. Hey, Omega. Okay, so after you go to the region mag right here, priceless region mag, right? Now, I'm not exactly sure if you have to feed all region mags in the region or just one, but you can go here to the priceless region mag. Let's teleport over here really quickly, and let's feed this. Now you can feed it whatever it's telling you to recommend. I usually just do this. Dread scale 10. Bam, it automatically maxes it out. All right, so when you jump into the quest, you'll have your increased RDR drop rate. There's another mag over here that increases attack potency, but like I said, I think if you feed one region mag, it feeds all of them in the area. You can go ahead and feed this one if you want, if they don't share, you know, whatever. Next thing that I want to talk about is the freaking the Legendios weapon. Okay, so the Legendios, if you see somebody with this, and even if it has like crappy augments on it, like LC or something like that, do not back out on them, because they're likely just using this weapon for the effect to give like the team a buff, and then they'll probably switch to their main weapon. Okay, so I'm not going to look hard at this description, but as you can see right here, when attacking for extra attack, generate support area for 30 seconds. Extra attack potency and support area range depend on number of stocks used. Alright, so basically this is going to power up the team, so they'll probably use this weapon and then they'll switch to another one, okay? Because I have made this mistake. I saw somebody with this weapon, it had a bunch of LC augments on it, and I backed out because I didn't think they was taking the match seriously. But then one of my other friends in the party said, hey, he was likely giving us the buff, and then he was going to switch to his main weapon. All right, so you will see people do that. Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about, and this is the big one, is the freaking Lexio weapon. Okay, so Lexio weapons. All right, you and your party members stock one additional attack when you deal 250k damage to enemies. Okay, when you see a lot of people with this weapon, okay, and they don't join the party. Long story short, if you have this weapon, a Lexio weapon, and you join the party, all your party members are gonna get this buff, this stocking buff, when they deal 250k damage. Okay, so basically it's more DPS for the entire team. I've seen runs where people have this weapon and they don't join the party. They don't join the party, and then we fail DPS checks and we time over and things like that. There was one specific hunt where it was so close that I got credit for killing the boss but not completing the quest. The thing said time limit exceeded, and right after it said time limit exceeded, Solz Krypt died. So we didn't get any rewards, but I got the alliance task complete for killing 10 bosses. So yeah, and that was a certain individual that I really don't like. If you know me well, you know who that individual is. They're a Waker player. This person did not join the party, so all we needed was like 2 more seconds. Now imagine how much more ahead we would have been if that person was in the party getting the Lexio buffs with all of us. All right, if you have a Lexio, join the party. If you don't have a Lexio, join the party. It's a 4-man quest. You know, let's get a full party going. All right, another thing, you're gonna see people, you're gonna have these moments where you jump into a quest, it's you and a teammate, and then it's a completely other separate team, them and their teammate. Why do we have 2 separate parties? That should not be happening. It's a 4-man quest. It should be a full party. So this is what you guys need to do, and this is something that you're not doing, and please do this. Okay, you're gonna go into party settings, and you're gonna go here to auto join party. You're gonna check that, apply settings. This way, if you already have a party made with somebody else prior to going into the quest, it's going to merge your party with the other people's party for the duration of the quest. Do not worry, once the quest is over, it will separate you guys, and then you'll come back to the hub with your original party member that you originally had before going into the quest. Okay, so just make sure you do that. All right, I'm not going to be all toxic about this. I'm just going to tell you, it's basic stuff. All right, it's basic stuff. These are simple things that could give us more damage, rare drop rate, and we're not taking advantage of it. Okay, and another thing, I'm gonna keep it real. You're gonna be jumping into this quest, you're gonna see people with abradio weapons. If you see somebody with an abradio weapon, there's a great chance. If I see somebody with an abradio weapon, there's a great chance that I'm just gonna leave. I don't want to play with you. I don't want to see this weapon in the Solz Krypt fight. Okay, because an abradio is a free transfer. You could transfer it without using the augment transfer pass. You could easily transfer this to Grand Illusion, and Grand Illusions drop like crazy in the Splinter realm. So you can easily get these Grand Illusions to fix a 5 easily. Okay, look, bam, Grand Illusion rifle, fix a 5. I transferred it from my abradio rifle to this one. Okay, it's easy. So it's just more damage. Grand Illusion does more damage. It's easy to get to fix a 5. So if you see somebody still using abradio, there is a chance that they're not taking the game seriously. Okay? Another thing is this. This armor right here. If you see this, back out as soon as possible. Avoid this like the plague, bro. If you see this armor in any high level quest, get out, because that person don't know what they're doing. They're trolling, or they're not taking you seriously. And I'm gonna keep it real with you as well. If you see somebody with the most recent armor, but they have these LC augments or the MN augments, I don't even care if the MN gives you the same amount of potency. It lowers like your HP and your defense or something like that. So if you see LC or MN augments, back out. immediately. Do not play with that person. It's so easy to get the current end game augments for this game. Okay? It's so easy to get freaking the Telfia Dominas, Argon Dreadkeepers, and all that. These things cost like 90,000, 50,000. They're really cheap. So if you see somebody with a bunch of LC augments like that, there's a chance that they don't take the game seriously. They haven't earned the right to be in that quest. But the battle power system is so messed up in this game now that it just allows damn near anybody to jump into it. So if you see LC augments and MN augments, back out. I know some people not gonna like hearing that, but bro, go into Dex, make your quick little million, and then buy those easy to get end game augments from the shop, and then come back. Okay, so now we're gonna look at a video from my Twitch VOD page. Shameless plug, twitch.tv/mightyN7. Give me a follow if you're feeling generous. What I do in this quest, okay, is I fight this guy. When he breaks, as soon as I get my first photon blast in this game, I spend it ASAP and then hold on to the after blast. Then what you're gonna do is he's going to break. Do not use your photon blast. Use Mars. Use your Mars, okay? Shoot this guy. Excuse my character's big old boobies. I don't care. This is PSO2 NGS. If you play in this game, you already seen that. Alright? So I use Mars on break. Now, I have the after blast from my first photon blast. I have another photon blast behind that, and I have another after blast behind that. So what you're going to do is you're going to save this for the DPS check. Because in Pugs, you can't trust these people. So many people fail this part right here, which is why I love to save my photon blasts and stuff like that. So I'm playing Waker right here. I'm fully stocked. Giant Marmello. After blast from the first photon blast. Then I use my photon blast, right? Then hold on to that after blast and just do as much DPS as you can. If you fail the DPS check, this after blast will protect you. It'll make you invincible. We actually passed it at that time. But that's why I hold on to all of that, okay? And that is going to just make things so much better. You see so many runs end right here, or you get a whole bunch of unnecessary deaths right there, all right? So use your first photon blast as soon as you can. Hold on to the after blast, and then when he breaks, use Mars. And then use the first after blast from your first photon blast and your second photon blast on the DPS check, and then hold on to that after blast to see if you're going to fail the DPS check. If you're going to fail it, then do that after blast to protect yourself from dying, okay? So the next part that we're going to talk about is this jump rope move. I see so many people die at this part, and it's actually so easy. All you want to do is stay away from the middle and try to stay away from the other players. All it needs is a single jump. Look, just single jump. Jump over it. Jump over it. If you see a bubble appear next to you, just move over to the left slightly and jump over it. It's so easy, guys, on the jump rope part, okay? The reason why you want to stay away from other players during this phase is because he will try to put bubbles on you. So if you're next to other players, it's going to be more of these bubbles that you have to deal with. Somebody died right there, you know? It shouldn't be happening. This part is so easy, okay? So just make sure you single jump. Do not double jump. Do not jump dash. All it is a normal jump. It's enough to survive that part, okay? Alright, so the next thing is this house building phase. What I like to do is run in the middle and then place the walls on the outside to try to make a perfect square. Usually people don't do that. You're just gonna have to deal with what you get. Sometimes you get the ugliest junkyard fence. Sometimes you get a beautiful house. What I do after he fires the beam is I jump into Mars so I could quickly get to the safe spot faster. And if you... somebody died. If you somehow get hit by it while in Mars, there's a high chance that you will survive the hit. Okay, so I usually like to use Mars at that part. Don't worry about using your evade onslaught because you could easily get 2% back right after that. You could easily block 2 hits, possibly 3, and just get... Look, I already got my evade onslaught right back. So don't worry about losing that. The best DPS is not carding, a wise man once said for Monster Hunter. Alright? Now, when you get to the final phase where he places the pods all over here, I did not find this out till later. Shout out to True Abyss. True Abyss told me about this. Do not attack the pod in the middle. Because as soon as you break the pod in the middle, he gains access to a new move, which is that magnet move. He will put a staff in the middle, and it will pull everybody in. So as you can see, the middle pod is still there, so he's not going to be able to do it. But as soon as that middle pod breaks, he'll gain access to it. And I think somebody does break it here, so I will show you when it happens. There it is. He's doing it. He puts the staff in the middle, and it pulls you in, and it does that big blast. That move that he just did right there. He will not be able to do that if the middle pod isn't broken. So what you want to try to do is save the middle pod as the very last one that you break. Alright, so now check this out. We're going to talk about the subclasses. You're going to see a lot of people use the Waker subclass. Not my preferred decision, but it is a very good subclass for when you're trying to survive. Okay, so where is it? Learn class skill, Waker. Alright, so the Waker has these rescue friends. You have a chance of recovering HP when your HP drops a certain percentage below max. It works on the main class and it works on subclass. So as you can see, the probability of it happening on your subclass is 95%. I don't even think I have this maxed out. The probability of it happening on a subclass could be up to 100%. That's actually ridiculous. All right, so that's really good, right? So you can see why people use that. And then you have this one as well. Reduces damage taken and increases rest and heal amount when your HP drops below a certain percentage. Okay, and then you have Resta effect continuance. What this is going to do is when you use a heal, the amount of health that you get back is not going to be as much. However, it will heal you over time for an even larger amount. So after you heal, your health will keep going back up for a few seconds after you heal. So this one is really good. And then this one is also really good. I know people love this one. This one is called Lucky Sign. Basically, there is a chance that when you use your Resta, like after you get hit, like the healing flower, when you use a Resta, there's a chance that the item will not be consumed, right? It's a 20% chance. It doesn't matter if it's your main class or your subclass, all right? So if you're having trouble staying alive in the fight, Waker is a good choice. But my preferred choice is the Hunter subclass, right? When I'm playing Ranger, because I play a lot of Ranger in this quest. Now, the Hunter has this. I use the Hunter physique, which reduces the amount of damage taken. It like puts like this temporary armor on you, okay? And then what I do is I put the Hunter physique short cycle all the way to 5. What this is going to do is it's going to lower the duration of Hunter physique, but it's going to reduce the cooldown by a whole lot, so you'll be able to use it more often. You don't need it to be a long duration, you just need it to be short for like if a situation gets tense. Let's say you're doing a jump rope part, you get hit, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get comboed. You quickly pop this Hunter's physique, and you'll be immune to getting knocked back. Alright, so you can pop the Hunter's physique, you can heal, do whatever. And then the short cycle is going to make it so that the cooldown, you only have to wait 20 seconds before you get it back. Alright, it's only going to last 5 seconds, but that's all you need. You know, you just need it to prevent yourself from getting comboed, or if you see a really devastating attack coming. Let's say after you do the house building part, you don't use Mars, you could pop this Hunter physique on and then try to run to the safe spot. If you don't get to the safe spot in time and he hits you, there's a great chance that you will survive. Okay? Also, Hunter sub will give you it will reduce the damage that you take by 15%, I believe, if I'm looking at that right. So 15% damage reduction on that as well. Okay, and there's one more. There is a Hunter physique extra shield. So what this is going to do is after Hunter physique ends, you'll have this shield that will appear around your character when you're activating photon arts. Let me actually show you that. Okay, so I'm out here. I'm gonna activate Hunter's physique. Right, it's gonna last for 5 seconds. I'm immune to being knocked back, and I got a lot of damage reduction. Now, after Hunter physique ends, I only have to wait 20 seconds to get it back. But if I activate a photon art, you see I have this shield around me, right? So it's gonna reduce damage that you take if you get hit while if you get hit while doing a photon art. You'll have 3 of these shields, okay? So, you know, you could get hit up to 3 times while doing this, and you'll take reduced damage. And by the time you lose this, your Hunter physique is already back. Look, as you can see, I got it back already. So you could pop that again. If you didn't lose all your shields when you pop Hunter physique, this will simply just reset it. So if you only had 2 shields left, 1 shield left, now you'll be back to having 3 shields. Alright? So I personally prefer Hunter. In my opinion, I think the Waker sub is what you use if you get hit a lot. Hunter sub is what you use if you don't want to get one-shotted. You know, Hunter sub will prevent you from getting hit with those one-shot things. And let me show you, I don't have the type 1 ring that I want yet, okay? So ignore that. The type 2 rings that I use is HP overfollow. Sure, I could boost this up higher, but the +2 is like literally all I need. And what this is going to do is it's going to reduce damage when your HP is at 95 or higher. Your HP is like at like 95 or higher like almost all the time in this game, because I don't know about you guys, but whenever I get hit, I always heal. I always heal, right? Just try not to get hit. If you get hit, pop a heal, because if he hits you again, there's a great chance you're gonna die. Okay, so you get that really huge reduced damage if your HP is at 95 or higher, which it should always be, and you're immune to being knocked back, so you don't have to worry about getting combo. Okay, combine this with Hunter's physique and Hunter subclass, you know, is increased survivability. The best DPS is not dying. Okay, just stay alive, guys. All right. Yes, I have a freaking progger armor. It's kind of a bit of a troll, you know, whatever. I don't have an augment transfer pass yet. That's why I don't have it. And no, I didn't upgrade it to the green or purple one because it doesn't give you a potency increase. So I decided to just leave it there. I thought it was funny to have this old progger armor. Okay, but you guys, you see me in the quest, you know I could cook this guy, and it doesn't matter. All right, so is that it? I want to say that is it, guys. It's basic stuff. This guy, he's so free, you know, and you know, I thank this guy. He helps me work on my patience. I'm not toxic like I used to be. I be very patient. I'm like, you know, if we die, it's all good, guys. Just, you know, try to learn from your mistakes. Start over, you know. Take advice if it's given to you, you know, consider taking some advice. And then I even have my online status as just have fun. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. Wait, where is it? Why is it not showing? Whatever, it's not showing here. But I just have it to, like, just have fun. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be salty. Let's not rage at each other and things like that. If you could make a private room, do that. You know what I'm saying? That works a lot. Most of my W's came from running private rooms with friends and stuff like that. I've even had like some friends from Ship 1. They're really strong. We ran with them. We help a lot of people get their first clear. Okay, so if you're having trouble with this quest, you still haven't gotten your first clear, just hit me up. I'll gather up some of my friends and we'll help carry you through this quest so you can get the W. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Hopefully this video excuse me, hopefully this video helps somebody out, because I know a lot of people find this quest difficulty. All right, remember, the most important thing is to just have fun, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here. You know, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're feeling generous. If this video helped you out, let me know, and I will see you all next time. Remember, if you need help, just reach out to me. Okay, peace, love, and chicken grease and hair grease and all that jazz.